Hey y'all, I'm Phil with Eagle Executive Search. Are you frustrated by the job process? Are you submitting your resume into an ATS to never hear anything again? Or maybe an automated rejection a few weeks later? Well, to maximize your success here, you need to understand the recruiting process. And that's what I'm here for, to break it down. Now, the recruiting process really has 5 steps. It can be made more granular and looked at deeper than that, but for today we're going to talk about 5 stages in the recruiting funnel. What's the recruiting funnel? Well, a lot of it just explains where you are and how you're identified in the process. There's 5. So what are they? Are you an applicant? Are you a candidate? Are you presented? Are you an interviewee? Or did you get selected? That's a lot of what the breakdown is here. Now, obviously, you can figure out a lot of the process just knowing those terms and put 2 and 2 together, but understanding the decision points and trade-offs will help you maximize and lessen your rejection rate. So let's talk about it. What's an applicant? An applicant is anyone who applies. If your resume went in, you're an applicant. If your friend referred you through the procurement lady, you're an applicant. Everybody whose resume is in the pile is an applicant. Now, not all applicants are created equal, obviously. How do you get from an applicant to a candidate? A candidate is someone that the recruiter deems as qualified for the job. It doesn't mean they're good for the job, it means they can do it. So, if you have 100 applicants, depending on what the job is, you might drop to 40, 50, or 60 candidates. Now, if that's an entry-level job, that might be 80. If that's a higher-end, executive job, that might be 30 to 40. It's really going to depend on the criteria of the role. Okay, so now you've made it to the candidate stage. What's next? Well, if I had 100 people apply and I had 40 solid candidates, I'm not going to send my client 40 resumes to read. That's a lot. I'm probably going to send 5 to 10. So now the recruiter is making the determination of which of these 40 make it to the 10. How are they going to do that? Well, they're going to look at who's got the most experience, whose experience is the most impressive, maybe who's coming from competitors who has some distinct advantage that would show up in the job. Sometimes phone screens will happen at the stage as well, and they'll talk to people about salary and stuff and make sure that that's all covered before they move further. And then what happens from there is you get presented if you make it. So the presented people are who the hiring manager sees. It's usually 5 to 10. Occasionally you might see a little more than that, but it's a real high cut depending on what the candidate count is. And then obviously the manager will make their own determination of who they're going to interview and probably cut that list in half again, maybe by a third. And then obviously the interview stage arises and someone gets selected. But understanding where the decision points are here is the real key. So as a candidate, where can you even make a difference? Well, first off is with your resume. The resume will get you through the recruiter or not. Now, don't lie, but make sure all your experience is represented. Make sure you're applying to the right roles. If you're not getting through this stage regularly, maybe that's the problem. Maybe you're making it to the candidate stage and not getting selected. Again, that could be another just not applying to the right roles, beat out by competition. It is kind of ruthless out there right now. If you're making it to the interview stage and not getting picked, maybe you need to sharpen your interview skills. There's plenty of self-help around interview criteria and how to build an interview approach before. Approach your interviewing, and that being said, if you ever need help approaching the market, Eagle Executive Search is always here to help you. I'm Phil, and I hope you have a great day.